Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. I hope you are doing amazing. Today I'm going to take you guys through how to do a hair color patch test. Now my hair is due for a dye, but I'll be using a different hair dye this time around. So I want to show you guys how I do my allergy test and then how I will be applying the hair dye later on. The reason why we do a patch test is to see how our bodies will react to the dye. So it doesn't matter if you've used a particular dye for the past 10 years. Every time you use a hair dye on your head, you need to test to see how your body will react to the product. Allergies can build up over time. So you might not react to a dye when you use it the first time, but you might react to the same dye the second time. So please always do a patch test before you use hair dye on your hair. So I will be using this hair dye for my hair this time round. Now, if you guys have been following me a while, you know that I always use the Garnier Olia hair dye. It's ammonia free, it's only made up of oils, and it really gives me the perfect black jet color that I'm looking for. But it's also not a permanent hair dye. So every time I use that, I would need to do another treatment in maybe like 2 weeks. The dye would wash out of my hair and I would need to do another treatment. And so this time around, I'm looking for something that is a bit more permanent and would last longer. And everybody recommended this particular hair dye. So we're going to be doing our allergy test using this hair dye. Now, when you buy a hair dye or any other products from the market, make sure to check the expiration date. So on this, the date says 4th September 2026. So we're good on the date. Now for this process, we're going to take a very small amount of the hair dye and using maybe cotton buds if you have them or a wooden spatula, we're going to apply to our most sensitive areas, which is our inner arms and behind our ears. Now we're going to leave that on for at least 24 hours and see how our skin would react to it. If after 24 hours you see any redness, itching, or even if your skin is swollen, it means that your body has reacted to the hair dye. Your body is allergic to the hair dye. So please do not continue with the process. However, if you wake up after 24 hours and you notice that your skin is fine, you are not reacting in any way, then you can go ahead and use the hair dye. Now this hair dye comes in 2 bottles. So we have the developer and then I think the oil cream. This is how this hair dye comes. We're going to take just a very small amount of each product and mix and use that for our patch test. Yeah, I think that's enough. Oof. It's pungent, it really smells like a chemical. Then I'm going to take the same amount of this and add to that. Just a dollop of it. Then apply to my forearm. So as you guys can see, my grays are graying, my hair's turning brown. Like I really need to dye my hair as soon as possible. So God willing, tomorrow, depending on how the dye develops, I would know if I'm going to dye my hair with this product or not. But this really is the whole process for the patch test. Now, if you have a rash or a cut anywhere on the sensitive part of your body, do not apply the dye onto it, as that can create some type of other allergic reaction that we're trying to avoid. So far, this is how it's looking. The dye has turned very black, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I need the dye to be black enough to cover my grays and cover my hair that is turning brown. So this is the ideal color that we're looking for. Now I'm just going to wait and see if my skin will react to this or not. So I will come back and show you guys the part 2 to this video tomorrow.